Okay. In previous session, we have seen how to navigate with a GUI, the various options, how you log in or how you navigate from one screen to other screen, and where you enter transaction code. That's a very basic navigation that to understand. There are many other options which we will understand in upcoming days. Now, today let's spend some time to understand the FIORI navigation, particularly how we are going to log into FIORI, how we are going to navigate to the FIORI. Yesterday, we have just seen there is something called host file to be updated. Okay. Now, first thing, what you need to make sure your host file to be updated. There are some host entries, which is not a regular job, but however, for the first time for your practice at least, or in your project also, if you are not able to log into FIORI, where you will see some error stating that page cannot be found. How you will find error, I'll just show you that as well. How your FIORI page looks like the moment you get into it, right? So let's continue without further delay. Let's say that. So the moment you enter into any server, okay, let's say I'm logging into one of our servers. Let's say you enter your username and password. The client number, you always keep an eye which client that you are logging in. So 100 client is what I need. So I left that as it is. So I'm logging in. The moment I log in, there is something called /n/UI2/FLP. This is the transaction code that we use for frequently to connect with your FIORI application. Now, what you can do every time rather than typing the transaction codes, you can also add them to the favorites, right? What you see here, there is another menu called favorites, right? You can add favorites just like what you do in your browser. Exactly, we add similar shortcuts so that you can just double click on it. It will take you to that particular screen or the transaction. Okay, to add favorites, you make sure you choose your favorites folder and right click on it and say insert transaction. When you say insert transaction, you can type the transaction code what you wanted to access. Let's say I need OX02. When I press OX02, type OX02 and enter, it got added with the star. Star is all about added to your favorites. When you double click on it, it will open in a window.
Achha,
Okay,
it is
this is
like a
how you can
bookmark.
access or save it. Yeah, sorry, I missed something. Ash?
It is like a bookmark.
Exactly. They're like a bookmark, no different. Either you call it as a bookmark or a favorite, exactly the
Okay.
same thing. It's like a shortcut. No need to type again and again. That's a
Okay.
one way of adding the whole number of favorites, whatever you want, you can add it. Let's say you wanted to have all your transaction codes added for your particular module. You can create a one separate folder. You create one folder, new folder, let's say insert folder, and you specify your module or your name. For example, I will say, let's say SD module. For all SD module, you can add all your transaction codes under this one. Now, don't select favorites folder. Now select your SD folder because you need the favorites under SD. Similarly, I need a one more folder for FI. So insert transaction, say FI. There's a one more folder. Sorry, I just tried a transaction. That's supposed to be folder. Sorry. So say folder FI, it adds one more folder. This is how you can add multiple things what you need. Now under SD, now I want to create one transaction code. Now I wanted to add uh, any transaction code, right? Anybody want to call out your SD, one of the transaction code for a sales org? What is the T code that you use for a sales org? Defined sales organization or any T code that you use. Let's say you wanted to create BP, anything,
Slash LDP.
BP. So you type
BP.
BP.
Okay.
So it is added under BP now. Sorry, under SD now. When you
Okay.
expand SD, you can see that whatever has been added here, right? So this is how you can add shortcuts or a favorites or bookmarks. Okay. So make sure you select right folder where you wanted to add it. Similarly, what I did for a FIORI application also, I have added here. So that it will be easy. If I don't want to remember all the time, I can directly go to my favorites and double click on it. The moment I double click, the first time, I want to show you the error, how it looks. Yesterday, I showed you some different error that happens only for the first time, like I mentioned. Second time onwards, you will not see that error. It will directly come to this page. But however, I'll just show you another error. Whenever you are trying to access your SAP for the first time, there is something called a host file. Like I mentioned here, this is the path where all the host files will get stored. This is the common path for all the systems, whatever the system that you are using for all the Windows system. If you are in a MacBook, there will be a different path. This is for a Windows system. Let's go to run. You know how to get this run, right? Either you can go here and type run. You will get a run command, this, or you can directly use Windows button from your keyboard plus R, which will open run command. Okay, just open this run command. You enter this C colon Windows, exactly you need to type as it is. If there is any typo mistakes, you will not be able to navigate it. Now let's get in here. The moment you get into this folder, you will find something called a hosts. These, these are the host files has been given by default. This should be exactly the same name. Don't add any special character like a host one or a host two or just to host. Nothing will work. I'll just say only host at this moment. I'm just renaming the file name. Okay. So it will ask for a confirmation. Yes, say continue. If at all you guys are using your office laptops for SAP practice, this will be a limitation where you cannot replace the host file because this complete folder is controlled by your administrator. Administrator will control your the folder access, which means deletion, adding, or changing anything is strictly not allowed. With that intent, you will not be able to do that. There are certain students earlier asked me, sir, I'm using my office laptop. I'm not able to replace the host file. Yes, that's a common thing. That for that I cannot help you, right? For that, you need to manage your personal laptops or you need to talk to your administrator and ask them to enable it if they are okay with that. As per company policy, if they allow, you can do that. Now I have renamed this. When I rename it or inside the file, if respective host entry is missing, don't worry about what is host entry, how to do all that. That is completely your security team responsibility, which is basis team responsibility. They will take care of everything. But in a practice environment, at least we should have an idea. If my FIORI is not working, what am I supposed to do? Think about host file and connect with your service provider, and they will help you. Instead of connecting with a basis team, you are connecting with your service provider. Service provider will arrange a basis guy to fix this issue. That's all you need to know. Okay. Now I'll just show you the error. Now I'll go back to FIORI once again. Now it will not connect because the host file system, whenever it try to connect, it will not be able to talk to the file because there is a broken. The link between host file and SAP server has been broken now. I'll just show you. Don't get surprised when you see this message for the first time. Can't reach this page, which means the server which you are trying to reach is no longer reachable due to multiple reasons. One might be internet issue that I have it, fluctuations of the internet. If that is the thing, it will work for one time, other time it will not work. That is easy for us to identify. Last time it worked, just 2 seconds ago it worked. Now it is not working. That is just a temporary issue. That will work after some time. But it is not working at all completely. From the time I log in, since 1 week I'm trying it, always I get this error in the FIORI. So why you get that error? Just because your host file is missing or host entries are missing. There is something wrong with the host file overall. What you will do, you will ask your service provider. What your service provider will do, they will share you the host file or they will take your system control and will help you to update your host file. All you need to do is contact with them, they will help you. Now let's say that you go to the same path here. I'll provide you the file, the host file, in case I provide you the server. Then you just need to replace this hosts file. Okay, let's say hosts. This is the file name it's supposed to be. Let's say that I'll just replace this one. Let's say this is the file that I have it somewhere here. Okay. Now, whenever you log in for the first time, I'll send this file to you. Whenever I send it, you copy and paste here in this folder. Whenever you paste, what happens? It will ask you to replace exactly this way. Exactly this way, it will ask you to replace it without any second thought. You can go ahead and replace the file in the destination. What it will do? It will replace this file, whatever you see here, right? So the existing host file will be replaced with new file that I am replacing it. You simply need to do this one, nothing to worry. Okay. This will replace, then whatever the content it is there inside that new file, it is going to consider that. Don't keep this file as a host one whenever you are doing it. Or in case you need this old file for any reference, old file you can copy somewhere else with a different name. That is okay. Maybe host old or something like that. You copy it for reference. Then you can do that. Okay. In case you guys feel that, yes, I need old file also for reference, you can keep it. Otherwise, you don't require it. Okay. Now, let's say that you replaced it. You have it. Otherwise, before replacing, copy this file. Okay, and keep this as something like this, host copy. This is the old file. Whenever you need a old file for a reference, you will have always. And this is the new file that you are replacing now. When you replace this file, hosts with as it is name will get replaced. The host copy is the old one, which you can refer in case you need it. Don't worry what it contains. That's completely out of your control. What you wanted to learn. In case you are interested, you can explore that. That's not at all a big deal. It's a very easy to understand as well. But there will be a basis team who can help you. All you need the address, the path, and everything that we don't know anyway. They are the experts who knows the connection, which system to connect. Now you just refresh this one or retry the transaction code of FIORI once again. It will load it. Okay, let's look into this. The moment I refresh, it is connecting to the host file now. This is what the first error that you see. Now, as usual, you know what username, password that you're supposed to enter. Okay, so let's say you enter your credentials. Along with that, you make sure the client that you are connecting with, whether you are connecting to the development client, quality client, or a production client. And the language as usual, and say log on. In case you want to change the password, you can also change from your FIORI also. Okay, so get into log on. When you log in, it will land something like this on the home page first. Okay, so there is a one more link that you require that I'll load it later. So the moment you land, by default, whatever the applications or access that you have been given, you will be able to see that. Now let's understand. You will see something whenever you log in to your FIORI for the first time in the form of square boxes. These square boxes. You see multiple square boxes here. These are called tiles, just like the floor tiles that you see at home, right? We also call it as a tile. Tile in the sense that is referring to one application. Okay, these are called tiles. Okay, each and every square box that we see here is a tile. This is also tile. This is also tile. This is also tile. These are all the tiles. We call them tiles, or you can also call them as application. Okay, you can also call application. Mhm. In SAP, we call them as a tiles or application. Whenever you say tiles or application, which means which we are going to connect with a particular transaction code in the form of tile. Now in GUI, what we used to do, we used to type particular transaction code to get into certain screen. But here in FIORI, you don't have that option, right? We don't see the command field to enter the transaction code. So you need to access always with tiles. But how would I know the tile names? Tile names are slightly different than what you see here. See, for example, so let me go back. So give me a sec. Whenever I get in here, let's see. For example, I wanted to create business partner. When I get into BP, this says maintain business partner here. When I search with a maintain business partner here, that may not be available. Let us search with that. So this is available as it is, but there are certain things which you will not be able to see. For example, let's say you wanted to post Miro entry, all right? So whenever you are posting a Miro, let's say this says particularly, let's say I'll pick one of the company codes, enter incoming invoice, right? If you search with enter incoming invoice, you may not be able to find it. When you search with this, we could not find any matches for enter incoming invoice. There is no typos, everything is fine, but still I'm not able to get it because in SAP FIORI applications, the namings are slightly different than what you see in GUI for some of them, not everything. For some of them, you will see different names. How would I know which tile name or what is the tile name or application name that I supposed to search? Should I remember all this? Not at all. What we will do, there is another library, FIORI apps library given by SAP, where you can refer to all the list of FIORI applications and depending on your version that you are using. Now we need to know which version that I am in so that I'll get into the respective one. Now let's say that here is the link that I have already given. This is the link that you need for a FIORI applications where FIORI apps library you can access, which is given by SAP. This is SAP provided. They will keep update with the latest applications as and when they come up with any new tiles they added or anything that they are changing it. Always you can go to this FIORI apps library and refer all the applications. If you see at the left side category, once it loads, you will see all apps and also version wise. Version wise in the sense, yesterday we were talking about it. There is something called public cloud. If you see this, it is applicable for public cloud and on premises. And this one is applicable only for a public cloud. And this is applicable for private cloud and on premises. And you see something called business suite. Okay. And this is for FIORI apps and BTP, depending on what you need. Now, let's say if you don't know your version, still you wanted to search in generic way, you go with all applications. Or if you are very particular about your version, you wanted to see only in my version, whether it is a private cloud, let's say in a public cloud, I wanted to search, directly go to public cloud. Under public cloud, all applications, and there are some different groupings what they have given. Okay. Now what I'll do, now I wanted to know whether I'm in a public cloud or a on-premises. Within on-premises, again, which version I am in. If I go with all applications, for example, I'll just show you one of them, how it looks like. For example, randomly, I'll go with one of the application here. Just let's say this application. Okay, when I click on this application, right side, it will load more details about that application. This application has been released by SAP for multiple versions. If you see here, you will see which one it is. You see here 2025 FPS01 private cloud. This application is available in the latest 2025 private cloud also. That is what it means. If you click on this, it will show you all previous versions. From 1809 version, SAP when they started S4HANA in 2015, but later when they launched this custom code migration tile, they launched for the first time in 1809 for this particular version. After that, there is another version they released, one more in 1809. Next one, 1909. 1909, they released three different updates. In 2020, again, they had three releases. 21 also three releases, if you see. Similarly, and so on. Every year, they released at least 3 to 4. In 23, if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number of times they update with something new patches or new features, they will release or they will push this application once again into the cloud or into their server where you can see this all applications. Now, these many are there, but which version that I am currently in, which one works for me, which one am I supposed to search for it? That's what we need to know. Now, how should I know which version of SAP that I'm using it? The moment you log into SAP, you you stand on any screen that is okay, whether you are in BP creation, sales org creation, or a company code creation, wherever you are standing, go to system and choose status. Go to system menu and status, which will give you more information about the license version that you are using. Which version, whether you are in 2023, 24, or ECC or S4HANA, everything you will get to know. There is something called product version. Under this, you will see system data, product version, click on more details. If you click on more details, and there are two tabs, installed software component and product version. I need installed product version. When I go to installed product version, which will tell you what kind of version that I'm currently on. I am on on-premises version. S/4HANA on-premises version 2023 is what I'm using it. This is what my current version. If you see this, SAP S/4HANA 2023. This is the version that I currently logged into. You can also check which server you logged into, whether it is S/4HANA or ECC. If you are not sure, this is how you can check it. Now, I know that I'm currently connected with 2023 version. Within 2023, again, there might be another different versions here, right? There are multiple releases. If I go back, I can go with any 2023, that is also okay. Let's say if I go to FIORI apps library, 2023 is what I need. I don't have FPS 0, 1, 2, 3 and all, but directly I'm getting into 2023. When you get into 2023, yes, this is also available in 2023 as well. Okay, this is available for your private cloud and on-premises both. This application, this is what it tells you. Okay, this is how you can search, and this is unique ID for application. Okay, whenever you need any help with related to this application, whenever you want to talk to your basis team, ask them to give access to this app ID. When you ask with this style, it doesn't look good. You can ask them, but still if you can provide this, it will be very quick way. They can easily identify with this app ID. Okay, they will ask you, if you say I need access to BP, for example, if you are not able to search BP here or enter incoming invoice tile, which means you might not have access to it. For that, first you need to confirm what is the exact tile name and app ID for it. Go and search here, whatever you need. Let's say Miro. When you type with Miro, you can also search with Miro. Let's say that may not be available in particular folder that we came in. Okay, I can see Miro. Call Miro, change status or display supplier invoice advance or create supplier invoice advance. This is Miro, second one. Now this is what I need. If you go and search with this one, create supplier invoice advanced, you will be able to see Miro here. This is how you need to search. Use this search icon here that you see, open search and paste it here. And when you search for it, you are not able to find it. Whenever you are not able to find it and you still need an access, you are sure this is the correct tile name, but you are not able to find it, you send the screenshot to your service provider. They can add access to this particular tile. Generally, what happens in a practice environment, they may not give all the tiles because there are few thousands of tiles. I'll just show you here once again how many tiles are there total to provide in case you need an access to. If I go to all apps, it will load all apps number here. Just observe this. What is the total apps released by SAP? 17,775 as on today. This is the live number. Okay. If you check little later date, or you might have a different number. Maybe today we are on 26th March. You see this many. If you check on the 30th March, this number may increase, will not go down, but it might increase. Maybe 1 or 2 tiles they might add in this week. We don't know, right? Depending on the requirement, you will see this number keep increase always. Now, whenever you are in a practice environment, if you are expecting access to all these tiles, this need a huge server to manage. With that intent, what they will do, they will give you very basic tiles, whatever you need generally with all the experience, what they have seen. And that will be the default apps that you will be able to see. The moment they give access, you will be able to see all the apps with something like this. Okay, whenever you go here, you can also check App Finder. Whenever you click on App Finder, which will give you the list of all the apps, whatever you have access to. From the left side, you will be able to see all the apps from accounts payable related. These many apps are available. When I go down, banking related, these many things are there. When I go with cash management, these are the things. You keep going it so that you will be able to see what and all you require. There is something. Okay. Whatever is available here will be able to use all this thing. If you need something for sales related, there is some sales related as well, like a billing configuration, billing document, pricing configurations, and all that you can see it here. Okay. So these are the default tiles that you have access to. In case you need anything beyond this, you request them, they can add you on demand. Okay. As per your request, they can add you. So now you see all these tiles. Now if I go back here one more time, well, see in here, the another thing what we understood yesterday, how many maximum screens I can open in S4 HANA to access maximum number of sessions for the screens.
Six. Six.
Sorry,
One
it was
six.
1 6, right? It's a
Six.
16 is a
16.
maximum we can access. But like in Fury, Fury is available only in S4 HANA, right? In ECC, how many screens again? Just to compare
AC
old version,
six.
it
Six.
has only 6, right? In ECC allows only 6. S4 HANA allows 16 screens. However,
16.
whenever you get into Fury application, it gives you unlimited. There is no limit on a number of screens that you can access from Fury. Now, how to access one more? Now, whenever you try to open, right click on your tile, sorry, in your uh, tab that you currently opened. This is a different one, right? I don't need this one. I'll just minimize this for a while. This is my login page, wherever you logged in. Okay. You right click on your tab and say duplicate. Duplicate the tab. Shortcut in case you need Control Shift plus K. Either you can try that also. This time I'll use shortcut key Control Shift K, which will keep adding it. I'll just keep pressing Control Shift K repeatedly. You can see more than 16 I have already added, right? You can see at the top, it is difficult to count also now. It's a more than 20 or 30 I have added. It will take some time to load anyway. So that's how you can access multiple screens at a time. There is no limit. Depending on your system memory, that is a RAM memory, system can load those many at a time. Okay, but it might be little slow. If you see all these are still loading, depending on our internet speed and the RAM speed and everything matters here. So you can access multiple screens at a time. That's another advantage with Fury application. This Fury applications in your private cloud, particularly on a private clouds, it will also work on your mobile as well. On your mobile device, you just need this link. You get this link and you search with your mobile and you will be able to access. Yesterday I shared that link here, right? The same link for a Fury, the path. If you have this URL, you will be able to access from your mobile as well. Like generally the management, what they do in your business side, on the go, they wanted to check various reports. And now they wanted to check the sales report for the day. What is the sales? They cannot get into GUI on a mobile. It is difficult to get into GUI because it need a special logon application, which is a GUI logon pad. I cannot install that on mobile. So now it is difficult to navigate with that screen. It is like a clicks here. On a browser, we know how we browse various things on a web page. Similarly, you browse various things from your Fury. Now what you will do, you will be able to get into the particular thing and work how you need. Now there is another thing what you need to understand. Let's say, I think it is loading bit slow. Okay. We don't need these many. I'll try to close some of them just to avoid the memory log. Okay. So it is occupying too much of memory. So let me close some of them so that it will free up the memory. Okay. So let me come back here. So it is taking too much of time to load now because we have opened too many tiles here. So my system is not responding for that speed. Okay, that's a one limitation that you will find it. Now let's see that whenever you get into this tiles, another thing for you to understand. So here, okay, I'm just waiting for this to load at least. Okay, here we can see, let me go back to the home page. You click on SAP logo here, which will take you to the home page of your login page whenever you click on this logo. Okay, so let me go back. It is still loading because of too many tiles that we have it. Okay, let me try to close all other unnecessary tabs so that we can free up some memory so that it will work little faster. Literally, there are too many tabs that I opened just to show you how many that we can open. There is no limitation, only limitation is memory. Okay. Otherwise, you can access multiple things at a time depending on your requirement. Okay. So that's the advantage in FIORI application where you can access multiple screens at a time, which means you can work multiple activities at a time without waiting or without by bypassing this limitation of 16 screens of GUI. Okay, there is another way how you can convert your FIORI into GUI also. The GUI, what you do, you can enter transaction code here and do all the configuration and everything without memorizing the tile names, without searching for the tiles. You can also directly enter your T code. For example, BP. I enter BP on a GUI. I can also enter BP directly here also. How you do that, that I'll show you in a while now. For that, first thing, let's say for example, we are here. It is still not loading. Okay, let me go back here at least. Because of the more applications that we requested, it is taking so long to load. Okay,
You
I'm
can
just
close
closing.
this all and
Yeah, I'm
open
just
one.
trying to close it. Okay, I'll keep only one or two so that it will
Right.
be faster. I'm just trying to close. So whenever you are working, if you see there are unnecessary windows that you opened, try to close them just to increase your system speed. That's it. Otherwise, we don't need too many things at one time to load it. Now it will work faster. Now you will see better performance. I wanted to go back. When you click on this SAP logo, it will take you to the home login page. The moment you log in, it will land here. You simply, I can also say landing page. Here you can see some menus has been already added here. These are called shortcut folders that we added. How to add? Let's say if I go down, I can also see something separate categories has been added here. If you click on these three bars, you can also personalize your navigation bar. What and all you require at the top, what and all you wanted to access, all that you can do that. If you see this, observe very carefully. You see the pinned spaces. One is a pinned spaces that you see here, and other one is all spaces. All spaces in the sense these many things we have overall to choose from. Out of that, if you see there's something has been in a bold, which means these were already pinned. Pinned in the sense they will come to the top, right? So now business partner governance, cash management, and general ledger at this moment has been added to the top. If you want to add something like this, you can add it here. Let's say I want data migration. You just select this one. A data migration tab will get added here. Under that, what and all you need, if you go to data migration, by default, there are only two tiles, quick access. How you do data migration? Using your LTMC or migration cockpit tools, you can access from here. Okay. Now I wanted to add something customized, what I need. I don't want this data migration name. I want something else. You can also do that. Okay. You can also rename. For that, say edit current page. Go to your profile from the right top, click on your profile and go to edit current page. From here, you will be able to change this. It says section name quick access. If you want to rename, you can do that. Or you wanted to add any other section under this data migration, one more, you can add it. Let's say I'll add one more section. I will say FIORI apps. I'll just add something called a FIORI apps. Okay. When you press enter or say close, it is not getting saved. 1 second. I will go back once again. Let's say FIORI apps, it is available. Under this, you say add tile. What are the tiles that you need under FIORI apps section, right? So say add tile. Now you can choose whatever you need. It will load all the available. And if you click on this plus, it will add to that particular section. Where it is adding, you see this here. It is adding under FIORI apps. Okay, I'll add this. Now the tick mark has been given. You can also see business partner app page of data migration has been added. Okay, now display customer hierarchy, for example. Select this one and whatever you need. I'm just randomly adding some tiles just to show you. Okay, this is how you can see. You can also prepare a dashboards, something like this, graphs and everything for your management purpose. Management will use it. Somebody else will work on that. You no need to work. But we should know which tile and what it is and all about. Now I'm done with this. I just added. I don't have any option somewhere here to save or anything. By default, once you select it, it will get saved. Now I wanted to go back to see that whether it has been accepted all changes or not. Don't use this back button. If you click on this back, This is applicable for this browser. You will see one more arrow here, which is a back button next to your SAP logo. Always be careful. Click only on this one. If you click on this, it will come out of your FIORI. Okay. Click on this so that you will come back to the previous section. Now you are here under FIORI apps. These many things we have selected. Now you just simply say close. There is no save and any other option. Say close. It will get added. All your FIORI apps got added under data migration. Quick access is a one category or a section. I have added another section called FIORI apps. If you want to customize any name that you can do that. Always same thing again. Now I'm under data migration. Now you go here and edit current page. You can rename whatever you want. Instead of FIORI apps, if you wanted to put something else, you do that. That will be applicable. You can do that. Okay. Now, whenever you wanted to click on this back button, here you don't see the back button because you are already at a home page. Generally, what happens whenever you are something like this and you click on this, observe this, what happens. So currently it is coming here, but don't use it. When I click on this, it will completely come out of your browser, where it will come to your landing page or the first page to log in. As you already logged in, at this moment it shows. Otherwise, what happens generally, it will come out of your FIORI and will show you general browser. Okay. How it looks like, let's say business partner. I'm trying to create a business partner. I click for the first time. It will load very basic thing. And further, I will also get in to create something, right? Whenever I do that, so it is taking some time to load. Let it load. First time it looks a bit slower, but it improves the speed as and when you keep using it. This is how your BP screen also looks like in FIORI, right? Sorry, in your GUI. Exactly the same screen, you will find it here also. Okay. Now, in case you wanted to do any configuration, you will see the command field here. Earlier it was not there. Now I can see the command field. It will not come by default. You need to enable this command field. Only when you enable this, it will show you this command field. When you enable it, you will be able to access all the transaction codes directly. Now I wanted to get into SPRO. Let's say /n SPRO. This is how I enter a transaction code and press enter, and it will take you to SPRO menu. So go to IMG. This is your IMG activities where you do all your activities. I want to get into enterprise structure to create my organization structure. Get into this enterprise structure where you can do the definition and all this stuff. Okay. For financial accounting is here. If you need a sales and distribution, you have at the bottom here. You get into your respective module, whatever you need. So how to activate this? This is called OK code. This field, whatever you seen, exactly the same thing there also in GUI, right? GUI also we have this. Let me put both the screens side by side. We know this already. This is called OK code field. And here we call it as command field. Here also you have the same command field. In case you want to activate this command field in FIORI, there is a separate option how you need to activate it. If you don't activate, by default, you will not find it. But in GUI, that will be there by default. You don't need to activate it. But FIORI, we just need to activate for the first time. Then it will be there whenever you log in. Now let's look into that, how to do that. So I'll just show you how to activate that OK code field. Now the moment I get into here I don't have an option. It is like a home page. Now where to enter this command field? Where can I enter transaction code? There is no option. For that, I'll share this display document tile name so that you can access from here. Always go to display document, which is easy. Otherwise, there are some other transaction codes also, but you just get into display document. When I share this link, you will be able to access directly the same page, what I'm accessing with this browser link. Now, here you will find something called a menu. If you are able to find a menu and go with the menu and settings from any screen in FIORI, if you are able to find a menu and settings, try to access menu and settings. From that, you will be able to find an option under interaction design. There are multiple options here. This is exactly the same options you will also use from your GUI login pad. This is your GUI where you log in. Here also you will find an option. You click on this SAP logo at the left top where you will find your options. Here we had a settings, but we have options in GUI. When you go to options, you will also find a similar thing here. You will also find visual design, interaction design. Here we have very limited, which is interaction design, local data, front-end service tools. Only 4 options are available in FIORI. Depending on what is required, SAP has enabled it or your service provider has given you that access. Now we need to get into the interaction design. Under interaction design, you will find something called visualization. If I go to visualization, I will find something called show OK code field. This is what you need to enable it. If you enable this option, OK code field, where you see this tick mark has come right side, which means it is enabled, so that you will be able to access your command field to enter transaction codes in FIORI. Otherwise, it will not give you that option. All you need to do is you just need to enable this option from interaction design and visualization. This is all you need to do it. Okay. Now let's see, for example, if I disable this, now it is showing as a minus with a gray color, which means this has been turned off. Now these are turned on. You just need to turn on this. When you turn on, it will convert into a tick mark. Okay, now it is enabled. That you observe it. Okay, now you say save. When you save it, then the option will get enabled. Okay, now I'll just save it. Earlier it was already there. I'm not making any changes, right? So I'll save it. Now I can see this command field. In any script, if you are there in this display document, from here, you can open one more. Generally in GUI, to open one more screen, one more window, what is the T code that we use? Slash, there is a specific letter that we use.
/n.
When I use /n, what happens?
One more GUI screen will open. Duplication.
/n will always replace the existing screen. It will not open one more. It will replace the existing one. So I'll just show you one more time. See, I'm in a BP screen here. So far, if I go here, how many windows you see? Only one. This is just a logon pad, right? Right side, I see only one window. Now I'll say, let's say /n SPR. Observe it, whether it is opening second screen or replacing in the same screen. What happened? How many are there? Total only one window. It just replaced the existing one. Now I don't want to replace this display document. I want one more window.
/o.
/o, right? Whenever you say /o BP, you have one more window get open side by. There is a BP screen available here. Sorry, my SPRO screen available here. When I enter the moment /o, it is opening one more window. But when I say /o here, it gives you a different error message. Let's say whatever you use it, /o BP. Maximum number of GUI sessions reached. Sir, just now you said in a FIORI, we can access unlimited, but why it is saying maximum number of GUI sessions reached? Something surprised? Isn't it? Earlier, I was able to open more than 20 or 30 sessions in GUI. Sorry, in FIORI. In GUI, there is a limitation up to 16, but I have opened maximum 3 only here, right? Or 2 only, 2 or 3 max. But why I'm getting this error? Because /o is restricted in FIORI. /o is not allowed. Okay, make sure you do not use /o. This is not at all allowed. That's the one limitation that we need to remember. Now, how would I get it? When I say /n, it will replace the existing one. But I need a one more window along with this. How do I do it? I need one side BP creation. I need another side my invoice creation. One more side, I need a sales order to be open. One more window, I wanted to compare some table level information. How do I do it? My /n will replace the same thing. /o will not open other thing. Array, yeah, this is another big trick. Very simple thing. You just make a duplicate of this tab, how many ever you need. Now I need a 2 more, for example. Make 2 more duplicates. Okay. Now This is my home page where I am in. I need this home page for reference. And this is where I have a document entry. In case if I don't need a document, I'll replace this one /n. I will say SPRO. Directly let me enter /n SPRO. The moment you start typing, it will also search for close matches. So the moment you start typing it here, right? Let's say, for example, in FIORI, the smart thing is it will automatically search and show you the list of entries. In a browser, whenever you are trying to Google some information, right? Automatically, system will pop up certain search terms. This is how it shows. The moment you start typing, it says search results. But in GUI, you don't have this feasibility, right? It will not give you this kind of prompts, which will not tell you. Let's say, for example, I wanted to create something related to Miro. I'm just typing MI. You just observe what happens. Might be it is a little slow in searching, so it will load bit slow, and you will be able to see that. It will slowly search and show you all the relevant matches. The moment you type the relevant transaction code, it will start showing all the relevant things. Start coming in all the search results. Okay. So this is how you can do it. Let's say, for example, I'm getting into /n SPRO. Press enter as usual. Now I'm in SPRO screen one side. Now here I'll get into BP /n BP. Same way you go here, you just say /n maybe Miro. Now you need, okay, Miro, it is asking for your company code. That's okay. Here, this screen will not be helpful for me. Then I don't need this. I'll close this and duplicate this one more. Duplicate the tab. So far, if I come here, I have SPRO menu. Here I have a BP. Here I have Miro screen. Here I want something else. That you can do it. Whatever the transaction code you need, always use /n. Before that, all you need to do is duplicate the tab into new thing. In the new tab, you do whatever you need. That's another quick technique how you can use multiple tabs. You can do the duplication 100 tabs and you can work. Only limitation when you open more tabs, the performance will be slow. At times you need to perform performance testing also. Depending on project phase, let's say you completed all your configuration and you wanted to go live. Before you go live, what you need to perform? You need to perform regression test and also performance test. Whenever you want to perform performance test, what is the major goal of the performance test? We'll touch base this one more time in our testing. But now understand performance testing, you need to test the overall load, full load. It's like a full load per day, how many transactions that you are expecting. Let's say, for example, sales order creation or a purchase order creation. How many orders in a day they will create? Now I wanted to test in one day with that number of transactions load. How many invoices will get post every day? How many customer invoices or vendor invoices will get post every day? We need to test with the similar number of invoices with any other automated tools. In manually, you can enter only one document at a time, but you use automated upload, some automations to test performance, whether system can handle that volume or not. We need to know that. That is performance testing. That we will do later and see to understand it. Whether system can handle it or not, you will capture all the timing and everything and will fix it before you move that to the production. In production also happens same thing. They have 1,000 customers coming in. You also observe the same thing, right? Whenever you go to supermarket, and consider like a D-Mart kind of thing. Everybody can relate to D-Mart, right? Hope everybody has seen D-Mart. Anybody who don't know what is D-Mart? So that I can pick a new example. Everybody comfortable, right? D-Mart. D-Mart is one of the store where you will see a huge number of customers walks in, particularly whenever it's a weekend or any other holiday season, you see too many customers are in line. Or whenever you wanted to go for a billing, now you will see too many customers in the queue. Now this cash counter guys, the cashiers, are trying to enter into the system all the invoices. Whenever they are entering, what happens? they are not able to do quickly because system is not responding, because system is taking huge load because of the number of customers in the queue that we are entering too many things quicker. System is not responding faster. That case, what happens? There are too many customers waiting in the queue and your systems are not responding. What do you think will be the impact? What will happen if this happens to be? Think in a general way, nothing technically, in a generic way. Now, all of us went to the supermarket and the guys are trying to enter the billing, but systems are not responding. What do you think, the customer point of view and the business point of view?
The server is getting busy.
Server is getting
Yes.
busy. That's a technical point of view. Generally, what happens? As a customer, what do you think? You get pissed off. Arey yaar, what these guys are doing? Unnecessarily, I'm waiting for so long, right?
Yes. Yes.
Unless it's a free for you, you don't want to wait so long, right? You will start
Yes.
yelling at them. Whether they can fix it or not, we don't know. But we get frustrated. When we get frustrated, some customers may lose, the business may lose some customers. Some customers may leave the items there itself and they will walk away and they will
Yes.
buy somewhere else. I don't want to wait for 2 hours or 3 hours until you fix it, right?
Yes.
Business
Yes.
will have a reputation, loss of reputation. They will have a bad name and they will
Yes.
also lose revenue for the day. Nobody
Yes.
would want to take this risk. To avoid this, to avoid this kind of things, what they will do, they will test their system in advance whether our system can handle this kind of load or not. That is peak load testing. Peak load in the sense peak volumes, highest volumes. I'll see how much it can handle. Just like our vehicles also has been already tested, like a crash test, whether it can handle so much of speed or not. Whether if I hit another object with like an accident, how much this vehicle can resist or how much safe it is. All these testings has been done. Similarly, we will also perform various testings in system. Particularly on a testing phase, we'll discuss more about it. Just to give you an idea, the load test, performance test also will perform to see how quick my system can respond. For that reason, at this moment, when I open more than 10 or 20 tiles, it is loading very slow. This is one observation we need to let our implementation team know as a consultant. Okay. So it's a very basic navigation how to get in. Now you guys got an idea first time when you see an error to log into FIORI application, how to get into it. You just need to try that way. So let me see if I can get into different browser and show you another error if possible. Okay. So let me get in here. So just a second. I'll try to get into another browser. I want you to experience one more error. Whenever you are logging in to the FIORI for the first time, what happened? Okay, yesterday we did it, so it is not showing that. Otherwise, you have observed that where it will show you for the first time, it is connection is not secure, right? Whenever it show not secured, always click on a proceed or advanced button. Click on advanced below somewhere here, and then click on a proceed on the link. You can trust the link and you can proceed. That's the reason I'm saying. That error also you will see for the first time only. For the second time onwards, it will directly show you this login page. That's a basic thing. The moment you are trying to log in, these are the basic things you might find as challenges. Once you are done, then everything will be fine. Then you will be able to explore all these options. We'll see more options as and when we progress. We'll understand various other options, how to add, how to work with various styles, how to search and everything. All you need to know, what is my tile name? Whenever you are not sure what is the tile name, you can always get into FIORI apps library, which is given by SAP. From here, you can search whatever the app that you need. The moment you type here, let's say sales org, you just type only a few letters. It will find you all relevant searches. Okay, as long as typo is correct. It says all these things, whatever is available. Sales volume, open sales by org, or if you wanted to create some sales organization, you can also see VS01T codes. Everything pops up here. Whatever you need, you can directly get in here. Okay, this is how you just need to search from FIORI apps library, so that you will get to know what is the standard name given to that, so that I'll be able to find from my system. Now I wanted to get into one of this. You can directly get in that. Okay, you just need to know how to use it. Now let's say, for example, I wanted to see MK03 display vendor. Whenever you go here, display vendor purchasing, you see the status also. This is also important thing for us to know. It says deprecated for selected release version. In some of the versions, it is not available. Deprecated in the sense they stopped providing this style because they might have merged this functionality in somewhere else, or this is no longer required. It's outdated. Deprecated because of outdated or not required due to various reasons. We have stopped this application. That's the status that you need to observe. Just observe that as well. Whenever you see deprecated, don't use it. Particularly for those which has been deprecated, you will see that. Okay. I'm just showing you a few other things, how it looks like. Keep exploring this. This link, all of you can explore it. I'll ping you the link so that you can see all the FIORI apps library so that you will get little familiarity. You keep searching relevant to your module and whatever you are working from all apps so that you will have an idea what and all apps are available, what to understand, what to work with. Okay, that's a quick about FIORI navigation for now. In upcoming sessions also you will see how to work with that. For now, if you are able to log in without any challenges and able to understand how many sessions I can open, how to navigate basically, then you will see more in upcoming sessions. With that, let me stop here and let me know if you guys have any questions.
Narasimha, so what is the main difference? Why you are using FIORI now? I know GUI use the desktop use, and even consultant we use only configuration will do through GUI, right?
Yes.
But
Now,
FIORI is only for use of business users for easy access.
okay, I'll just give you more idea on this. So
Mhm.
generally, the FIORI applications going forward, or if you see wherever S4HANA has been implemented, majority of the business users are already using FIORI applications only. Majority. They will get limited access to GUI because of the cost. One thing, company, what they look into it, should I give both the access to my business user or not? If they're really okay with that cost to bear, they will give both the access for all the users. Otherwise, they will choose only a few users who should have access to GUI. Why they give only FIORI application is because it is a more easy to access the screens, because now I wanted to get into display document. Directly you add all of them like a tiles here. Let's say you are a general ledger accountant. They will give only access to this one. You will not be able to see the cash management and other stuff. You can see only this, for example, only general ledger and cash management, business governance, data migration. This is nothing to do for you as GL accountant. Why you need, you doesn't require that at all. So what they will give you only access to this one. You need only this one. In that case, the accountant or end user, whoever log into their system with their ID, like this way, what happens? This user will have access to only this thing. The moment they get in, they can see only those tiles. That's a one way of looking into it. Another side, whenever I want to prepare any dashboards, that is very easy to do from FIORI, which I cannot do from GUI. Let's say, for example, if I go here, there are certain tiles, what we had seen, let's say, where you can see some graphical representation, right? If you see here, the status, you can see there is already numbers also showing it here, few things. But this kind of graphs and everything we cannot bring from GUI. From FIORI, they can do lot many things, not only the configuration. We can also perform configuration. We can also use this for all the end user activities, the day-to-day activities like master data creation, transactional data, running reports. And most importantly, this can be accessed from mobile as well. With a wide variety of advantages, now FIORI applications are being promoted, And wherever you see majority of the companies, they are using Fury applications. As a consultant, when you get into private cloud, like I mentioned, you don't have an option called GUI. This GUI screen is completely not available for our consultants also. You need to completely work only on Fury application if you are working for private cloud. There's nothing specific to the module. It is for common for everyone, whether you are a FI consultant, SD consultant, or MM consultant, or a BAPR, everybody will be working only from this one. Okay. So with that intent going forward, you might see uh, reduce reduced use of GUI applications depending on the version. So I would recommend all of you also to get used to the Fury application in your practice so that you will not feel like this is something new that you wanted to learn, which is a very basic and simple thing to use it. And nothing difficult, but it's a very simple. It's like a web page. All the things is like majority of the things you just need to clicks. No need to memorize like a T codes or a path. In case you require, you can also get into the similar thing like SPRO. Only in SPRO, you will have all that path as usual. Whenever you wanted to do anything, you can get in here and do all that configurations.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
But yeah, but with a wide variety of advantages in simple to understand, Fury applications has been promoted and which is very easy to use for business users. With a simple clicks, they can achieve what they want.
Yeah, since it's the web based, right?
Yeah, it's just a web based, right?
Okay. Thank you.
And report we will get a very quick manner compared to GUI.
Yes, yes. Okay. About others, any other questions?
Yes, sir, the small question like going forward, you mean to say we will work only on Fiori? So GUI is completely discarded?
No, that depending on the version. Now, let's say if you are using on premises, you will have both GUI and Fury, both are available. But end users will be majoritarily they will be using Fury application. Now, end user, if they are getting some error, they will raise a ticket. In support project, that is what we are going to handle. Now, you need to understand from where they are getting error. Now, you wanted to replicate the same scenario. Okay, whenever you want to replicate, you need to know how to work with the same Fury application. Simple thing. When I'm not aware how to work with Fury, I will not be in a position to assist my user. It will be difficult for me. Even I also should know the interface what they are using, right? If I also get into the same screen, I can also try to replicate. I can also feel what they are feeling it. If the problem is in a car, if you try to replicate that in a bike, you will not be able to figure out the problem, right? It can be a speed or it can be anything else. But you need both end user and the consultant both should be on the same platform so that you can experiment the problem and confirm whether it is happening due to authorization issue or is it because of the internet issue or is it because of configuration issue or is something else.
And one
For
more
that
thing,
reason, on premises, we have both. Public cloud, we have both. Private cloud, only Fury, no GUI.
and one more thing. So this 100% is features was GUI features and this Fiori features, both has been migrated. I mean to say from GUI it has been completely migrated to Fiori.
Yes, all the features are available. Whatever you see in GUI, the same path you can see here. For all the configuration, you can do it from here. I would say Fury has more features than GUI. Advantage. GUI has a limited, but Fury has more, where SAP has developed more functions and options in your Fury. That is not available in your GUI.
So in our coming classes, we'll practice on both, right? I mean to say GUI and
Yes,
Fiori, right?
you will get both. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sir. That's it. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Whatever we see in the same GUI, you can directly get into the same path here. You get into SPRO path here or the transaction, you can do that configuration directly here, so that it will become familiar, the screens and everything for you to practice.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, then